What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 24. I am Brett, and today I'm joined by my mom, Mrs. G, hanging out with us today. We'll be doing some topics about her and stuff like that, going the lightning round and having a good time and stuff like that. You can watch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every first and third Saturday. If not, you can catch it over on YouTube, broken up topic by topic, and also put together as one big video, or you can check that out at a later time if you would like to. If you have a topic for us to discuss, whether it's obviously with certain guests or in general, you can comment down below or put it in Discord. We will check those out, and we might possibly get to those topics.
Yeah, in general. No. Don't ask any games. I'll warn you now. Unless it's like Monopoly or
Monops.
Pictionary.
There
Or, yeah. I heard Uno's hot.
Oh, yeah. Uno. Yep, it's competitive. Alright, so I'm going to start with my topic today. So my topic for you, Mom, is... Obviously, I know your career path and how you started. You went to college for clowning, and then
Kinda.
Okay, well, fine. That's what I know.
Okay.
And then, you went to the insurance agency, and now you work at the Taekwondo school. I want to know, as you were growing up, what were your goals, and what was your dream job, and if it changed, what did it change to? Obviously, McDonald's thrown in there too as
Yeah.
part of the career path, but yeah.
That was the start.
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, there was two things I wanted to be. A Radio City Rockette, which I didn't have the build for, or the height.
Okay.
Or a talent. Talent's a good thing, but yeah. And the other thing was I really wanted to be a character at Disney World. Didn't care what character.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to work at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And got into it. I had an audition to go to Schenectady Community College, and got into a car accident and never made it. Money came first, fixing the car and everything, which it was fine because in retrospect I wouldn't be with your dad. So everything works out for a reason. I also had, still back in my day, which wasn't that far back, but housewives weren't considered a bad thing. And I was, because my mom was a housewife, she raised 7 kids, I'm the 7th, so of course she had to get down to the best one. And that's a job in itself, to run a household and make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be on time and figure out finances and all that. This day and age, you can't do that. Found that out. It's just, unless your spouse is very, very, has a really great job, is richer than hell, then, you can do that. But normal people like us, we can't, and it's alright. I mean, I took time off when I had you. And I've had various jobs over the years. I went to Hudson Valley Community College for marketing.
Oh, my bad.
And then as a side thing, I went to the clown college with my brother David. And it was just for shits and giggles, really. It was just fun, hang out with my brother and stuff. And he's now does clowning in North Carolina and is professional and everything, as one of his jobs, 4 jobs that he has. I retired when he moved away to North Carolina because it wasn't any fun anymore. My handle was Pom Pom the Clown. I had purple curly hair, and actually Mike, Dad, gave me the handle.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Yep, we threw names into a hat, and I drew out, and that was what he. So yeah, it was fun. My particular thing was face painting. Curly, David's thing, is more balloon animals and stuff, because he's, got more air into him than I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so career path, I really had, after like the whole Disney thing and stuff, I still don't know what I want to do.
Okay.
I've worked plenty of different jobs. First job was McDonald's, and that was a great thing, which we'll get into later. Then, let's see, I've worked at Hallmark stores. I've worked at Foxmore Casuals, which was a ladies, girls, teenage clothing store. And I was management. I was third key in most of these places. Even McDonald's, I was a shift leader. So that's always good. Then I even worked for the census one year, just inputting data into the computer, different files you would pull and put in people's, like how many people were in the household and all that crap. And that was good. That was the first computer job I really had, like data entry. Then from there, I went to a place that was called PSCNY, which was Pharmacy Services of New York. And that was pretty much, people would call in and they would need a vacation supply for their medication. They would need an override because they were going away for an extended period of time. So we worked with certain pharmacies like CVS, Rite Aids, and all that, and we had the computer system. We were in charge of their computer system, and we would override their stuff or make a drug go through as long as we had the proper certification, notification that it was legal to go through. So then I got pregnant, and I resigned from the job and had you. And how many years? I took a couple of years off. And then I went over and I worked the mall and worked over at another Hallmark store. And after you were in school, I was one of the girls that I worked with at PSCNY was married and was actually working with her husband at the insurance agency, Nationwide Insurance. And she called me up and asked me if I wanted a part-time job. I never had to interview. I was like, sure. So I went in. I was like a receptionist. I did quotes. I, took money. I, jack of all trades, but really master of none, and didn't, was stupid because I didn't go for my insurance license, because I was scared to. I didn't have enough faith in me to take the test to be an agent because I didn't think I was good enough. So, and I left that job for various reasons. And you were at that time where it was in Taekwondo, and I was always at Taekwondo volunteering for this event, that event. If there was a party, I would just jump in and help out because that's what we do. I mean, like I said, I'm the last of 7. I'm Italian. We just jump in, and if somebody needs help, we just, here, let me do this, let me do that, organize, get things straightened and stuff. And Grandmaster Pei saw that and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." So he offered me a part-time job, which that's what I wanted because at that time, both my parents were alive and my mom was just starting to get sick. So, took the job part-time, and still had free time to go and take care of my parents with taking them to doctor's appointments and all that, and time to take you any place. And I'm still there. How many years later?
Quite a few, because
Yes.
you started like right after I started,
Right.
or at least I remember like throwing you under the bus. Oh, Mom's
yeah.
not doing anything.
Exactly. He did throw me
I
under
did.
the bus.
So.
And who's still there and who isn't?
Oh,
Well,
man.
kinda.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to go back to the Rockettes thing and the character.
Yeah.
So you kind of took steps in both directions to reach both of those individual goals. Like you did, for example, the Rockettes. You did quite a bit of dancing with
I
Aunt
started
Mo
late. Yes.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So what kind of dances or dance were you learning? And
Well, I started late because, first of all, being the last of 7, we couldn't afford.
right, yeah.
So when Uncle Larry and Aunt Mo got together, Aunt Mo danced all of her life since she was 3 years old. She's been a dancer. So she opened up a dance studio. And as long as I helped her out at the dance studio, I could take lessons for free.
Mhm.
So at the age of 13, which is old to start dance lessons, I took tap, I took jazz, I took ballet, which I was really bad at ballet. Balance in me. But yeah, so the tap and jazz I was really, really into.
Mhm.
And back then I was shapely, and really just I loved watching the Rockettes every Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and just wanted to be sexy. And yeah, I don't know, that was just
Okay.
silly pipe dream. And Disney, I've always loved Disney.
Mhm.
I wanted.
Yeah, well, you kind of did that essentially at Hallmark, especially.
Right.
And then, I don't know if anywhere
I
else,
played,
but-
okay, at McDonald's was my first character I played.
Right.
I went and I was the Hamburglar. I got into that costume. I was also Professor McNugget at one time. And you guys probably don't remember these guys because they don't have these characters anymore.
Those old cartoon movies, maybe. I remember Hamburger. I don't remember
Professor
McNugget.
McNugget.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at the Hallmark store, I was Garfield the cat. These things are hard because you cannot talk into the costume, and it's really hard for me not to talk. At least with the Hamburglar, I could go rubble, rubble, rubble. But,
Some of the chat remembers.
and then I also played, let's see, the Easter Bunny. That's right. At oh my God, Clifton Country Mall. I was the Easter Bunny one year when I was in college. Oh my God, that suit was hot. I mean, anytime you're into a costume, shorts and a tank top because you are just dying under there. And whoever's in there before you, make sure that you spray inside because the body odor. I played Mrs. Santa Claus 2 at the Hallmark store. You don't remember that? You were sitting on my knee.
I remember that was dead. I remember the bunny one that I had, the stuffed animal. I remember that one. Yeah, Crayola bunny.
Yeah, Crayola bunny.
I feel we went another time, but I don't remember what you were dressed as.
Yep.
Maybe if I saw a photo, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember
Oh yeah,
that.
we have
But-
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, no, that's the big one that stands out. I remember you were that.
Yeah.
And I didn't make the connection of I have this stuffed animal and you dressed as that until years later when I saw the photo. I was like, come on. So I don't know.
Did you remember putting on my clown wig and stuff when you were younger?
Probably, yeah.
Because we have that picture of you in my purple wig and
Yeah.
my gold jacket.
I remember the wig. I don't remember the jacket or putting it on. But
Yeah. So, yeah. Did I touch everything?
Um,
Did I touch everything, guys?
so that was a step you were taking towards, kinda, in a way, towards
Yeah.
the character thing, or at least
the
still
character
doing it
thing was at
after
least still
the
doing
audition.
it. The Easter Bunny was in college, and that's when I had the
Audition.
at least the contact into
Yeah.
Schenectady Community College to go to the audition. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you ever reconsider going that route? Because, like, I don't
No.
see why you couldn't. Or, okay, I know you said you don't know what you want to do
Yeah.
even now.
I haven't grown
Is
up.
there any, like, hey, that would be cool, maybe if I work towards that kind of thing? Like, do you think working in Disney in general would be a dream job for you?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't see
Moving and
all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be an awesome.
Mm.
But, no.
Okay.
My dream job is to be a millionaire.
Well, Mom, it loops back around.
Set him up in a studio. Make Papa Griff less worried about things and just enjoy life.
All right, good. Lady Killer Bunny. Hey, that's my dream job too.
I think it's on everybody's top 10.
Pancake says, so in other words, they need to build Disney here for Mama G.
That's right. That's right.
Alright, so there's topic 1. So topic 2, Mom wanted suggestions from the viewers. So, you guys put a lot of topics in the Discord, and I appreciate that.
Me too.
Mom has decided to hit them all. So we're just going to go right down the list and see if we can go through them and talk about them and stuff like that. So, first one is from Pancake. It says, Tiny Brett stories. What are some memorable stories from me?
Nothing.
Alright, topic 2.
When Brett was a baby, 4 months old. Okay. So he was born the end of June. So this is Halloween. We decided he was a pumpkin. We dressed him up as a pumpkin, and our neighbors knew that he was going to be a pumpkin and everything. So we're bringing him around to our neighbor's house, and we're good friends with the people across the street, which were my parents' age. And the people kitty corner to us, which were probably 10 years younger than them.
Yeah.
Okay. So we went and we visited right across the street first. And because they were my parents' age, we played it safe. We just knocked on the door and said, trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went over to our kitty corner neighbors, the Carpenters, we wanted to pull a joke. So, did you have them or did I have them? You had them, didn't you? I had the fake. You had the fake one. Okay. So, we took this pumpkin head, plastic pumpkin head, and we wrapped it up like it was a baby, and Mr. Papa G was holding him, or it, and walking up the stairs to the door, and I actually had Brett in my arms, for real, and he pushed the doorbell, and they opened it up, and he went to go inside, and he trips, and he throws the doll down, and the head rolls off. So they're like, ah! Ah! And I'm actually outside with the real baby, laughing my ass off like now. But they were good-hearted. And nobody had heart attacks like we thought Jack and Irene across the street would do. So it's all good. It's all good. And we're still really good, close friends with them. And they still bring it up. That's right. And actually, Kenny Carpenter, when Brett was a baby, Brett's hair used to stick up. And he had the softest hair, which he still does, but I don't touch it anymore. But it would just stick up, like those Asian babies. I'm telling you. So, and he did look like an Asian too when he was smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had the little slitty eyes. So Kenny would call him Spike. That was his nickname, was Spike. So, and we actually have one Christmas ornament that they bought us, his first Christmas ornament from the Carpenters, Mickey Mouse, driving a little car, and on the back of it they put Spike, 1993. So, yeah, that's one of our favorite stories of Tiny Brett. But he was a normal kid, really good. Didn't have any real issues with him. The only time I had to like spank you in public was once. You were probably around 3 years old, and you wanted to go one way, and we were going the other. And all I did was one quick swat on your butt, sat you on the bench, and said, "When you're ready to listen, we'll go." And that was it. I mean, if we had a second child, it would be me. Yeah, so we stuck with one.
Alright. Any other standout stories? Or are you good with that one?
I'm good with that one.
Okay.
To be continued at a further date. I gotta think.
Alright, this one is from Rainbow.
Rainbow.
It says, what did you think Brett would be when he grew up, occupation-wise?
Something with computers. Definitely something with computers. Either with programming or, I don't know, data input. Just, I don't know, he's got that mindset of, he's intelligent. I mean, he's just, he did well in school compared to how I did. And that's where he takes after his father a lot. I'm street smart. I have more common sense, or maybe no sense. But like Papa G is very intelligent and just I don't know, opposites attract. He's quiet and shy, and I'm more out there, and yeah, I just see Brett takes after him in a lot of ways. And with the quietness and stuff, he just zooms in and like, oh, that's that. And me, I'm like, here. I don't know why my phone did this. So yeah, I thought computers for sure. And you are, sort of, you know. So there's all different aspects of this whole computer world that I didn't even know. The first time I used a mouse, I had it in the air, and I'm like, and my girlfriend's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to click onto that box." And she goes, "You have to put it down. It's got to be on to this mouse pad." And I'm like, "Oh." So, and I like regular computers with keyboards. Laptops screw me up. And what else screws me up?
Have you done a tablet really, or?
No, I haven't done the tablet.
Okay, well, other than that, I mean, well, you had a fun time with your keyboard when you.
Oh yeah, the
had
flip
the
phone.
old, yeah, the
flip phone.
And then we got those sideways ones with the slide, and that was better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
you have to have smaller thumbs.
you're better with the touchscreen than you first were. With
Yeah,
that keyboard.
I just gotta work at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot, and like, you can't just show me once. You have to show me 3, 4, 10 times. Just my generation or me. I just don't get things that quickly. So, yeah.
All right, another one from Pancake. It says, who is your favorite dwarf in Snow White?
I actually ranked them. Dopey. Ultimate dwarf. Why? Because his ears wiggle. And he doesn't talk. What woman doesn't want a guy who doesn't talk? And he's just like, he just wants to be loved, and that's just me. And just, he's cute. He's just like, I don't know. When he runs up to Snow White twice to get a kiss from her and everything, and just, he's the cutest dwarf. That's all. My second favorite is Bashful, just because he's bashful. I like the quiet and shy. I'm drawn to that. So I guess that's why I like Bashful. And Grumpy is my third favorite, just because he is protective. He wants to make sure everything's right with her, with all of them. And yes, he's rough around the edges, but he's really lovable inside. And then Happy, because he's happy. And Doc, because he reminds me of my sister Paula, like lining them all up in order. She's the oldest of our family. We're bookends. And she just, when we were kids, kept us all in order. And she was my first babysitter and second mom. And that's why I like Doc. And Sleepy, well, who doesn't like a few extra winks? And Sneezy's my next one. Yeah, I went different because it is different. Sneezy is, I just like the way he settles in, and when he starts to sneeze, all of them are trying to tie his mustache to his beard to his nose and trying to keep him quiet, and you can't keep a sneeze quiet. So
Next one's from Big John. It says, what people have had a huge impact in your life?
Yeah, this one's a tough one because there's a lot of different people. My sister Paula, because she was the one who watched out for all of us. My brother Philip, he was my godfather. He passed away.
Middle school, 6th grade?
Yeah. A lot of years ago. But they're my two oldest siblings, and they always watched out for all of us. Philip's the only one who's passed away in my family, out of my siblings. Let's see. Of course, my grandparents, like, just the way they, at summertime, we would always have a week vacation at my grandparents. Even though they lived in the same town as we did, we always went and we stayed with them for a week. We went strawberry picking. We went to their card games with them, which all the old people would, We would play cards in the evening and sit around and eat popcorn, whatever, the snacks, and just, it was simpler back then. So, and they just, I don't know, you go on car rides, there was a whole different feel. And they influenced us with just being family. And, of course, my parents, my father was, when I was younger and he was working all the time, he would work his ass off to make sure that we had food on the table, clothes to wear. Doesn't matter if they were hand-me-downs, that's fine. But we didn't have a lot, but he made sure that we had the essentials. And we would go camping almost every summer when I was from like 8 until about 16. And it was a week up at Louis Lake, and it was just fun. There was black bears. You'd be walking around the camp, and at night go up to the bathrooms, and you'd have to be swinging your flashlight or else you'd be running into a black bear. Those things are big, and you just stand still and they walk right past you. Pretty much. Back then they did. And it was just, Dad was a workaholic, just because he needed to be. And to us, we were always scared of him because the threat was, wait until your father gets home. If you did something, my mother didn't correct us. She would leave it until my father got home, and he didn't want to deal with us kids. So it was like, you always were scared of Dad. When Dad met any of our boyfriends and stuff, he would be behind the paper reading, and he would, if he liked you, he would put down the paper a little bit and look at you and talk. If he didn't like you, he'd be behind the paper. So that was always fun. But yeah, so he was an influence with always be at work 15 minutes early. Make sure that you're ready to go. Always be anywhere 15 minutes early. Put in your best effort and get it done. And now, with Dad being older, he's more of, he's a friend to me. He's also almost like a kid, my kid, because I'm taking care of a lot of things for him. Thank God he still gets out. We go places and stuff. He doesn't drive anymore, so he gets in my car and goes, which he tells me I have a lead foot. But yeah, I would say mostly family is a big influence. Mike's grandparents, when they were alive and we were together, they were a big influence into our lives because of the longevity of their marriage and just the way they were, just Grandma and Pop. So, sorry, I'm emotional. So, but yeah.
All right, back to what you referred in the first topic. That's another pancake one. How did you and Dad meet?
Oh, we met at McDonald's in Mechanicville. That was our first jobs. I was already working there, and I worked the counter. I worked both drive-through and the counter. And Papa G was the biscuit maker. And he came in one morning, and I was there, and my sister Cindy and I, we both worked at McDonald's. And actually my brother Leon worked at McDonald's too, but he wasn't there when Mr. G started. But my sister worked the same shift as Papa G. And so he met her first. So when he met me, I was like, oh, I'm Mary Ann. How you do? I'm like, I'm the prettier one. And then there was one occasion where he was making the biscuits, because they make them fresh every morning, and he's in the dough, and me being me, I pinched his butt cheeks and said, just seeing if they're fresh. And yeah, But it took time for him to, I think, see me. I don't know. I'm just saying this. But I had to, our first date was a double date with the maintenance man and his girlfriend. And we went to Pizza Hut. We played miniature golf. And I think we were home by 10. And we were on the front porch and he was saying goodnight, and I got a hug goodnight.
Dad and I playing at the same.
So, very gentlemanly. And I get in the house and my mother's like, "What are you doing home?" Mom, he had a curfew. No. Which he did. And he's the oldest of his siblings. And I'm the youngest. So my parents were like...
At that point.
Yeah, at that point, they're just like, go. But no. Later on into the relationship, it was interesting. So, but that's how we met, McDonald's.
Chat's loving that story. Alright, another one from Rainbow. What is your greatest achievement? Besides me.
My greatest achievement?
Yeah.
Being Mrs. Griffin. Really, I mean, that was one of, if not the happiest days of my life, was marrying that guy that's playing out there. Yeah, and the second one was having you. And yeah, I don't know, just being a good person. I'm hoping I am, and making other people happy. That's what my goals really are in life. I'm just I don't know. I just want to be loved. I don't know. Keep it simple. Yeah.
Okay. That's actually the last one. Nice. Alright, thank you, chat, for those topics. Appreciate
it.
Thank
you.
Alright, let's see.
As I snort.
Alright, final topic for the evening,
Ooh.
as we do with all of our one-on-one podcasts, is the lightning round questions. Where are they? Here we go. Alright. So, Mom, I'm going to ask you a series of questions that you've probably heard through all these episodes that you watch with Dad.
I might have heard. Do I remember that?
You can elaborate as much as you want on any particular...
I?
I'm just saying, you have the option. You can just be blunt with it, or if you want to elaborate, that is totally fine. But whatever answer comes to your head first, go with it.
Sure.
Okay? Don't worry, they're not too bad. Alright, first one's the easiest one. Favorite color?
Purple.
Right. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay. Any reason why or no?
I've always liked the small dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dog when I was dating Dad,
Mm-hmm.
and his name was Cricket, and he was a Lhasa Poo. So he was a Lhasa Apso and a Poodle mixed, and he was black. And I called him Cricket because he jumped. He hopped just like a cricket, and that's how he got his name. So when we let his hair grow out, he looked like a Lhasa Apso.
Mm.
All hairy and cute and everything. Well, he just got all matted down and everything, so we had to take him to the groomers, and there was nothing they could do. So they had to shave him down. Okay, now that's all fine and dandy. When I go to pick Cricket up, I don't know that they shaved the dog down or anything. I go to pick him up, he looks like a poodle. I mean, the head, the tail, not the body's just all shaved, but he didn't have the little puffy leg thingies.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, that's not my dog. That's pretty bad when you don't even know your own dog. But The thing Cricket would do when we were dating, anytime we tried to kiss, the dog would bark. So we would have to have him out of the room. Because we wanted to kiss at that time. But yeah, and then Aunt Paula had a Lhasa Apso called Buttons. And Buttons was like, that's what got me into wanting Cricket. Because Buttons was just this ball of fur and just fun and everything. And then she was living in Boston at that time with Uncle Larry, and I think they had Michael at that point. They didn't have Tommy yet, they had Michael. And so Buttons was the one who got me into small dogs, but we always had animals growing up. We had Popeye, which was a collie. He was like a Lassie type dog. He was the oldest dog. We had him forever. We had Doogie, which was this big, sloppy, just huge dog. I mean, he was just dopey. And he was Dad's dog. He would climb up on you and think he was a puppy and be all over you. So yeah, I mean, we had cats too, and I loved all our kittens because we had this mama cat. She would do a litter in the springtime and have a litter in the fall, so we'd have kittens galore. And that was fun. The only thing that wasn't fun about them was when they were in the house and like they get under the rocking chair or like one of the indoors or whatever. When you rock down onto a kitten, they don't make it. And one time we had this little white kitten, and he hopped and he would follow Uncle David around, and Uncle David, clueless because he was young, going out the breezeway door, slammed the breezeway door and kitten in the door. We'd run over him with wheelbarrows. It was innocent. I mean, it wasn't like we were trying to kill him. They just happened. 9 lives we were trying to figure it out. But I don't know. I think dogs just, especially like Grandpa's dog, Cinnamon. He's a little Shih Tzu. And Grandpa and I got him together. Like, found the lady and got him for free. And he's Grandpa's dog. But I was with Grandpa when he got him, and he's kind of like my dog too. So, yeah, so dogs.
Okay. Favorite game?
Oh God, it's either Taboo, Pictionary. I even like the name game. Yeah. So, yeah.
Favorite movie?
Snow White.
Okay. Favorite type of music?
Okay. That is different through the ages. Alright. So, when I was young in high school and stuff, it was rock and roll. Okay. Older with dating Dad and everything, got into country music, like more like after we got married. We went to Country Fest a couple of times. You were a baby. Now, which is kind of weird, it's called the oldies, but it's not really. I mean, yeah, I like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s music. And they're calling the 80s music old. And it's like,
they're getting 90s in there too now. I hear it.
Sorry, 80s music, Huey. Give me any Huey Lewis in the news song, and yeah. But, so, I guess it changes when you get older.
Yep.
So.
Favorite song?
Brown Eyed Girl, Power of Love, and Save Your Love. That's our wedding song.
We already answered this next one. Dream job when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Rocket and the character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you could make any animal to be a pet, what would it be?
Oh, koala bear.
Koala bear. Okay. If you could meet one celebrity, who would it be?
Yeah. Huey Lewis. If I could just have 5 more minutes. Well, okay. Celebrity singer, Huey Lewis. Celebrity actor, Michael J. Fox.
Okay. Cool. Favorite season?
Christmas.
So winter.
Winter. Well,
Christmas season.
Yeah, Christmas season.
Okay, well, you're skipping to the next one because favorite holiday.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Well, favorite season, I do like spring and fall. Summer, I like for getting tan. And I used to like it for swimming, but I don't swim anymore, really. So seasons, really anything without snow. The only time I like snow is Christmas.
Okay. There's a 2 for 1. All right. I guess technically this would be the last one because you don't know video games super well. Final question: what is a skill you wish you could have?
A skill?
A skill you wish you could have.
I
What's something that you want to be better at?
Oh.
Or something in general that you don't know how to do that you thought that would be cool to learn, but you never got a chance to.
I'd like to be better at all the computer stuff like Microsoft and the publisher and the
Database, Excel.
The Excel.
Okay.
You know. See, that's what Papa G does, is like, if I can't think of something, he finishes what I'm thinking. So, skill. It's a hard one. Anything that makes good money.
Okay.
Money does make this world go round. And that sucks because, you know, you can be a good person and have nothing. And you can be the richest person and have nothing. So, think about that.
Yep. Okay.
Just want to be happy. I am. We are. I think. We're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that's been another episode of Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 24. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you can watch this live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011. Be in the chat like a lot of you guys were today. Lady Pancake Rainbow, Shonen Super, Pilicious. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you didn't catch it live, obviously you can catch it here on youtube.com. Search Enigma9011 where it's broken out topic by topic or put together as one big video. And if you have any topics for us to discuss, you can comment it down below or join us in Discord and put it on there as well. Chat says Mama G was great.
Thank you.
Did a fantastic job, Mom.
I was tongue tripping there.
You did really well. You did really well. Let's see, you can watch it. Remember, you can hit that subscribe button so you know when videos go live. I'll go over to Twitch, follow, and subscribe if you'd like to. Support this channel, whether it's Twitch Prime or whatever it is, would be greatly appreciated. We will be back. Remember, every first and third Saturday of the month, we do these live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011. Dio in the chat, how's it going?
Dio!
And I think that's it. Thanks, Mom, for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Love you.
Love you too.
What's up, Dad?
Now
Pay the
it's time
price.
to pay the price.
Alright.
Jim
Shout out.
Disney.
We will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.